Today we're going to be having a look at color changing fresh paint die-cast cars. It's for ages 3 and up. As you can see down below, we'll just move the camera in. Warm and icy, they actually change color, which I think is really cool. Color changing. For me personally, this is something that reminds me of when I was younger. Because when I was younger, I think back in the 80s was when they first introduced color change cars. The idea is you would just dip them into water and that car would change color. Now, I don't know, maybe with warm and icy water, they are distinctly different from one another. It's possible. On the back, icy water changes colors. Well, maybe it's only one color maybe only one color in the car. But as always, what I'd like you guys to do is let me know, is this worth a buck? Now actually, I paid $2 for this. Some would almost say that's too much. But the fact it changes colors, that's win-win for me. I think what I will do is take a bit of a break. I'm going to get this opened up. When we come back, we're going to look at the color changing fresh paint. Stay tuned. Before we start actually changing any color on the car, let's actually have a look at the car itself. Now there were several different colors to choose from. I decided to go with a nice yellow. I thought it looked really nice. It feels light. Like, doesn't feel like there's a lot of weight to it. It is still die cast. Still like a die cast. The tires though are just plastic, but it rolls really as well as you could expect it with being just a die cast dollar store toy car. But it's nice. It's nice. They had like a hot rod and they had different motor cars, but I decided to go with this one. It kind of looks like a Camaro. Slightly, a little bit different, but as for color changing, Spot took the liberty of bringing in a glass of warm water and a glass of cold water. And we're actually going to give this a try and see if it actually changes color. If it doesn't, well, it's a total wash. I'm going to see if it actually changes color. So for starters, as you can see, it is yellow. If I take it and I dip it into, the cold glass of water here, dip it in, and it does nothing. So perhaps you have to actually dip it into hot water for it to actually do something. Let's dip it into hot water, see what happens. Still yellow. Let's dip in here. Doesn't seem to be doing anything, does it? Let's flip this around. It is cold enough. Maybe I have to... maybe I just have to let it sit for a little bit. Sit. It's definitely not doing anything. Has it changed? No, it hasn't changed. Let's look at the package here. That says icy. Icy water changes color. It ain't doing squat. No, it ain't doing squat. It is cold enough too. This is cold water. It ain't doing anything though. I can tell you though. Yeah, I can tell you this guy probably ain't worth a buck. So you guys can let me know, is this worth a buck? It'd be funny if somebody actually says, yeah, Spot, it's worth a buck. It doesn't do anything, but it's still worth a buck. I can tell you though, it ain't worth a buck. There you go. The first review, is it worth a buck, where even the reviewer says, brother, it ain't worth a buck. But today though, we were having a look at color changing fresh paint. Thanks for watching, guys. Certainly stick around. There are more reviews to come. Hopefully reviews a lot more successful than this one right here. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Bye. Spot figured he'd take the liberty and take super cold water. He figured he'd give this another try. Maybe give it the benefit of the doubt. See if it was going to do anything. Let's give it a try. Nope. Still crap. See you guys later.